This is Karl Moore talking management for the Globe and Mail. Today I'm delighted to speak to a very senior professor at the Harvard Business School, Joseph Bauer. Good afternoon, Joe.
Good afternoon, Karl.
So business could help in terms of education. Can you give us a couple of other examples how business could proactively help improve capitalism?
Okay, so one of the big problems is there's about, 2.5 billion unskilled workers in the developing countries. Recently, the leadership of China Mobile decided that it was all very well and good to serve the 400 million on the East Coast, but its long-term future, it was going to have to find a way of serving the 700 in rural China, 700 million in rural China. And they've gone about doing that. They've built an incredible distribution system that reaches down below where the Chinese postal system is, which stops at the county. They're in the villages working at that level and essentially using a very basic smartphone that delivers information and that is helping essentially those farmers come into the system. And they're moving to the extent that they are permitted to moving into basic banking services, handling remittances, beginning to look at insurance. So they are helping to include 700 million into the market system.
You know, the traditional view is that business is to make money, return money to shareholders. You seem to be arguing for more of a stakeholder view, but part of this is if you want to do business and continue to do business, you're going to have to help people beyond just the shareholders. Is that the argument you're advancing?
A little more than that. What I'm really, that's the corporate social responsibility argument. No, what we're saying is that business has to find a way of turning these problems into opportunities. That's what great innovators do all the time. But business has tended to say, that's not my responsibility, government does that. Well, guess what? Government's not going to do it, and if someone doesn't do it, we're going to have very, very severe problems. If you think the migration issues we face now are hard, just wait. And when the gaps get really big, and the weather gets really bad, and the water dries up in places, we're going to have big problems. And if companies wait, it's going to be bad.